Hi guys, and welcome back to This Last Moment. I hope everyone is doing groovily. Today's video is my 2018 goals, so might be a little bit late to the party, but I have had some time to really reflect and think about some of the things that I'd either like to happen or to work towards, or just generally put out there and manifest this year. Some of these things are things that I can do, some of these things are just things that I'm hoping like I say, if I put them out there, then maybe they are more likely to happen to me this year. So yes, without further ado, let's get to it. The first one that I have on this list is to aim for 3,000 followers on Instagram. Currently I've got about 1,450 something, maybe 60 something now. And I actually managed to double my following last year, so I'm thinking why not try and double it again this year, and fingers crossed that'll happen. So yeah, this is just a little goal that I have in mind. As with all of these, I'm trying not to be too rigid about them, too set in stone, but just I hope that having them there makes it a little bit easier to stay on track. So like today I spent some time engaging and interacting on Insta, and I'm hoping to sort of schedule regular time towards doing that. I also want to schedule my captions a little bit more and make them a little bit more thoughtful, rather than I've just woken up, it's first thing in the morning, I'm going to write anything, which, you know, it has its place. I think it's good to be realistic, especially on somewhere that's as curated as Instagram. But I also think that it would be nice to have a bit more purpose behind them, to kind of stretch my writing a little bit and just make them something more exciting than just, you know, the regular posts that I've been sharing recently. So yeah, fingers crossed on this one. I worked out what I would have to gain this month to be on target. Nowhere near that. So I think this is going to be one of those goals that I will probably fall short on, but I'm happy to work towards anyway. So the next one's going to be kind of challenging because I am a very slow reader, but I have written down that I would like to read a book a month and to make notes on it. I have a little reading journal that I use to write down my thoughts at the end of reading a book, which I haven't used for a while actually, but I really enjoyed when I was doing it. So this one is to try and get me into the habit of reading more. I've been struggling recently because instead of taking a book to bed, I've been taking my phone to bed, which was a habit that I'd completely broken by the end of last year, but somehow has just snuck up on me again, and yeah, I need to work on rethinking that. So currently I'm reading Hillary Rodham Clinton's What Happened, which I'm finding good but a little bit slower than I'm used to, but still really interesting. It's just that I'm not usually a non-fiction reader. And then next up I'm hoping to read The Kinfolk Entrepreneur, which I got as a Christmas present from my little bro. So yeah, so I'm plugging away. Hopefully this one will be doable. I'll let you guys know. Next up is, I'm looking at my journal here, my next one is to listen to my Discover Weekly playlist on Spotify. Again, this is one that I'm not too bad at, but I've just got out of the routine of doing. But yeah, I love my Discover Weekly playlist. I need to try and branch out a little bit more with music, because I'm definitely someone that listens to the same stuff over and over again and will go back and listen to old things that I've listened to rather than trying out new stuff. And I would like to have a bit of a broader music taste, I suppose, by the end of 2018. So this one should be quite easy. I think I'm going to be able to do it. But yeah. This one is a little bit less realistic than some of the other ones. It is be interviewed for a podcast, because I absolutely love podcasts. There are so many that I listen to and really enjoy, and I'm really liking that there are some great new ones that I've discovered recently that friends of mine have put out, and I don't know if I want to start my own podcast. I don't really know what I would want to talk about. But definitely I would love to be interviewed for someone else's podcast, like one of my favourites. That would be really exciting, but I feel like this is just, I think the way to make that happen is to really push myself with what I'm sharing online, and to keep going with my business, because I think that's a really interesting thing that people would probably want to hear about, because being freelance seems to be quite popular at the moment. So yes, we will see. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it'll happen. My, I think, 5th one on the list is to learn how to drive, because I was thinking about moving out. My next goal for like what I'm working towards had been to move out into my own flat, but I was talking to a friend that I used to work with who said that she thought it would be more beneficial to learn how to drive, because then I have more freedom while I'm at home, and also I'm much less likely to learn how to drive once I have moved out, which makes a lot of sense, because financially I wouldn't be able to do it for a good while after moving out. So even though I have been looking at lots of flats and getting really excited and up for where I want to move to, and yeah, just doing the research, I think that learning how to drive finally needs to happen. I'm now 25, so this is my year. Next up is weekly vlog for a month. Not necessarily Vlogmas or Vlogtober, just pick one month and do a weekly vlog every single week. I am definitely not up for daily vlogging yet, but I think this would be a really good like stepping stone. If I remember rightly, I think it was June 2015 that I did a weekly vlog month, and that was really cool, but I really enjoyed doing it. I think it's a really good challenge, and hopefully this just basically coaxes me into vlogging more, because they seem to be one of the more popular videos on this channel. I really love watching vlogs. They're probably one of my favourite things to watch online, and yeah, I just think that would be a really cool challenge. And then last of all, one that I did something towards today is to be featured in a magazine. So whether that's my photos or me as a person, I think it would be so cool to be able to say I'm in this physical paper copy of a magazine. That would be incredible. So yeah, much like the podcast interview goal that I set, this one is a bit less of an action one, like specific actions I can do, but one that I still want to put out there and see what happens. So those are all of my goals for this year, and I would love to know what things you are working towards. Come to the comments and let me know. I have quite a long, like a big page set aside for all of my goals in my bullet journal, so I'll probably be adding to these as I go. But I also have a goal page at the end of each month in my bullet journal, but with like the baby steps towards each goal. So like for my learning how to drive, I've got book and have a driving lesson as one of my mini goals. So yeah, so I'm thinking, while we're here, I'm thinking about doing either a blog post or a video about my bullet journal, because I love seeing how other people use theirs. Mine is very simple, but so far very effective. And yeah, let me know if you would prefer a video or a blog post, if you have any preference whatsoever. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope you're all having a lovely week, and feel free to subscribe, to like, to turn on notifications, all of those things that YouTubers tell you to do, so that you can keep in touch and see when my next video is up. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon.